Hello, today we're going to do a video on Nova Bugs, the Friday Foursome number 15 fighting games. No, I did. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it wasn't one of my favourite genres of games, but I did have some great fighting games back in the day, which I really enjoyed playing. One or two player. I think the majority of what I'm going to pick is two players, but I had some good fighting games back in the day. And I'm going to start off with Street Fighter 2. Oh fuck, no, I can't pick that, can I? Oh well. And I've never even played Streets of Rage 2 anyway, so would I pick Street Fighter 2 being one of my favourites? I don't know. All I can say, I did have it for the Amiga back in the day, and I played it on the Super Nintendo. I honestly thought the Super Nintendo version was better. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that anymore. So what am I going to choose first? So I'm going to choose something from the 8-bit era. 8-bit era. For my Amstrad CPC, which I had back in the day, which will be Bruce Lee. Technically, is it classed as a fighting game? Well, with Bruce Lee, you expect it to be. It was more of a platformer, but it had, you know, you could play two players, one or two players, and you know, you can fight the Fat Man and the Ninja to progress to different levels. So technically, it is a fighting game. Obviously, if you was playing two player, oh, excuse that, it's the other computer starting up. If you was playing two player, I mean, if you was playing with the green fat bastard, his job was to stop Bruce Lee from progressing through levels. So yes, it is technically a fighting game, and it was a great game. I really enjoyed playing it back in the day. God knows how many times I've completed it. But yes, it was a brilliant game. That's why I put it up there, because I liked it. And my second choice, once again, is from the 8-bit era. Yes, alright, okay. Yeah, from the 8-bit era, also the 16-bit on the Amiga, will be International Karate Plus. Now that was a good fighting game. I originally had it for the Amstrad CPC. I originally played it on the Commodore 64. Great version. Amstrad version, I don't know, it was good, but it weren't as good as the Commodore 64 version in my opinion. Then I had it for the Amiga and I thought, wow, this is excellent. But all three versions I played were pretty good. That's why I liked it. I mean, you play two players on it and progress up through the belt. You got Cheshire reflexes when you had the balls, or whatever they're called. Yeah, you know, if you played it, you know what I mean. Coming towards you. Yeah, it was a great game. I really enjoyed playing IK Plus back in the day. Then it goes to my next choice, and this is something I do totally agree with Nova Bug on. I had it once again on the Amstrad CPC. Originally played it on the Commodore 64 first. Renegade. And the Amstrad CPC version was much better than the Commodore 64 version. For many reasons, the graphics were better, the sound was better, had more you had different music every round. Like the Commodore 64 version, you had one music going through the whole entire thing. I don't know, it was just the Amstrad version was much better in my opinion. It just was programmed much better. Brilliant game it was. Talking about that, this is what I had it on back in the day. This compilation pack. Obviously you got IK Plus here, Renegade. Rampage was a good game, so was Barbarian. Fuck knows why they put Super Sprint on there. I mean, what's Super Sprint got to do with all the other? These are all sort of like, I know Rampage, but it's sort of like, got a fighting element about it, like smashing things up, and you got Super Sprint. I could never make that one out, but all the games are all fabulous, brilliant games. But there you go. Perhaps that should be a subject. Your favourite 4 compilation packs. Maybe, maybe not. It's up to you. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going off at a tangent once again. So yeah, Renegade, brilliant game. Now that just leads me up to the 4th one, which will be Target Renegade. once again, absolutely brilliant game on the Amstrad. Commodore 64 version had great graphics, had great sounds, but the gameplay could not match the Amstrad. No way, because the Amstrad version you can have 2 players simultaneously, and me and my mate used to play that for lots of times on that. Long goes we had. Could never complete it, but it was always an enjoyable to play that game. The Commodore 64 version, I just don't know, I just couldn't really get on terms with the Commodore 64 version. It was just a little bit too hard for my liking. But the Amstrad version, yeah, it got tougher, but it was enjoyable to play. It was more enjoyable to play, I think. That's why I think Target Renegade should be up there with Renegade, because they are both great games. Unfortunately, Renegade 3 was crap. I don't know what happened there. I think they just went over the top with the Renegade thing. You know, the first 2 games were absolutely great. They could have made a third one, but why did they make it going back in time, fighting bloody prehistoric shit and going forward? That was just crap. That was just a rubbish idea, that was. The game was absolutely shit. I think everyone would agree with me on that. I played it on the Commodore 64, I played it on the Amstrad. They're both shit. But you can't beat the first 2 Renegades. They were absolutely brilliant games on the Amstrad. Not played it on the Spectrum, but I'm hearing they were good versions too. As I say, the Commodore 64 version weren't as good, but there's my four games. I would have liked to have put Barbarian on there, but I haven't got no room for Barbarian because that was also good. So I'm going to just stick with Bruce Lee, IK Plus, Target Renegade, and Renegade. Alright, Renegade, I've done that in the wrong order, haven't I? Oh well, there you go. So there we go. There's my 4 for the 4 foursome. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.